All right. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're all here. Um, I'm the teacher, Licenciado Joel Walter Salazar Newman. I know you might have different teachers going along, but we're all the English teachers here from UTLC, and we're all here to help you out. And today, you should be here in this video to talk about Unit 6 from Network 2, which is talking about past continuous. As you can see, the front of the screen right there that I'm sharing. I didn't put any video of myself because it didn't really seem necessary for what we're going to be talking about. And my voice is pretty recognizable as a professor. So let's continue on. And don't forget, if you have any questions about any of the things that you see in the video, I'll be going through it a little bit slow, so you could take a pause and see through all the information that will be in the video and in the Zoom conference calls that your professor will be having weekly. You could, take screenshots or some images or just talk to him about what problem you might have, or just come talk to me about it. Either way, this should be pretty straightforward. So let's continue on. Past continues, Unit 6. Don't forget that it focuses on was and were. So let's see this first example that they're giving to us. It says, this woman is a great gossip. She enjoys talking about other people. But there's more. She also likes watching what people in the building opposite hers do using her binoculars, right? So as you can see in the image there, she's spying on other people, right? She's trying to see what is going on. That's the scenario. This is the scenario continued. Yesterday at 9:15 a.m., she was spying on her neighbors. What were they doing? Don't forget, was and were, past continuous. That's a question and past continuous. What were they doing? And here we see some different people she was spying on in the house, right? So we see, let's start at the very bottom. First A. First A says they were having a coffee. It's they because you see a man and you see a woman right there, right? See a man and a woman. They were having coffee. They were reading. We see that for first B. They were reading. Second A, we see he was eating. It's was because we're talking about he. Don't forget that if we're talking about I, he, she, or it, we're going to use was. If we're talking about you, we, or they, we're going to use were. And these images are giving you examples of some of those you, we, and theys. Second, B, she was talking on the phone. On the third one, on the third floor of the house. They were watching TV. This woman is spying a little too much, but this is informative for us here in this grammar video. What about you? What were you doing yesterday at 9:15 a.m.? So I hope you're taking a few little notes while you're watching this video. I hope you're taking some pauses along and also making sure you really read over the information. Don't forget that even though it's all in English, you could always, translate on your own time. This is a video and you can take your time with it. What about you? What were you doing yesterday at 9:15 a.m.? So there in your notes, you could write an answer to that. So you could be a little bit interactive. Don't worry, that lady will not be spying on you. Continuing, past continuous form, right? So here's just reiterating a little bit of what we were talking about. I, he, she, it, goes with was, you, we, they with were. And then we see some verbs right there, right? Eating, eating, watching, watching TV, right? Now we see some in negative form and we see some in interrogative. So don't forget some of these key differences. The same thing, the I, he, she, it, the you, we, they, all that separation stays the same. So I'm not going to cover all of that over and over again. We just see that it's wasn't. Don't forget that wasn't is the same as saying was not. And the other one is weren't, were not. So just to make a negative, you're just adding not after the was or the were. And for interrogative, you're just switching it to the front. The was or were that's usually after I, he, she, it. You're moving it to the beginning, and in the end of the sentence, you're putting the interrogative symbol. So you're um, making it obvious or reiterating that it is an interrogative sentence. So again, the was and were in the beginning when it's an interrogative. For the exclusion of the who, uh, who, what, where, why, he, yes, who, what, where, why, those kinds of things, right? Um, like who was he talking to? All right, let's see over here what this information covers. Uses of past continuous to describe a past action in progress at certain time. So that's what I like to always mention to my students. When you see the word continuous, continuous, that means it is still going on, continued, right? In progress at certain time. I started watching TV. I was watching TV. I finished watching TV. And now, right? So, what were you doing yesterday at 8 o'clock? I was watching the news on TV. The police officer broke her leg when she was running, right? Past continues. She broke her leg when she was running. I was having a shower when the phone rang. I was having a shower when the phone rang. So what's the continued? He was having a shower, and what's the thing that happened? The phone rang. Just like for the lady, she broke her leg. She the breaking her leg wasn't the continuous part; it was the action that happened in the past. And this part section is a little bit extra, but just showing that a lot of these grammars are connected. But I believe there is a section separate on its own that's talking about the while and when, time expressions with the past continuous. While the band was playing, a mobile phone rang. While Jane was doing the washing up, I was doing the ironing. Right. So while it's at the same time, they're both doing when what I was walking home when I met Dave. So what is the continuous? He was walking home. What's the thing that happened? He met Dave. So and the same thing for while. The difference is that while is for things and when for people. All right. So again, there's a little bit extra, the why and when. If you have any more questions on that, I'm sure there will be another video on that. But just please remember, I'm scrolling up right now, don't freak out. Um, about those key points, the was and the were, the positive, negative, interrogative, the people that we're talking about, and this imagery should help you with those descriptions, right? I hope that covers everything. Uh, enjoy the other videos as well. And again, if you have any other questions, I'm sure your professors will help you out. I'll see you all in the next video.